Looks like it's gonna be a great day today to get some fresh air like a stray on a straightaway. Hey you, got a light? Nah, a Bud Light. Early in the morning, face crud from like a mud fight. Looky here, it's just the way the cookie tear. Prepare to get hurt and angle like Kurt Angle rookie year. The rocket scientist with the pocket wine list. Some even say he might need some psychiatrist. Doom, are you pondering what I'm pondering? Yes, why would the darn thing be wandering? She's just a foundling, barely worth fondling. My posse's on Broadway like Mama, I want this thing. Mad plays the bass like the race card. Villain in the place to break shards and leave a face scarred. Groovy dude, not to prove to be rude, but this stuff is like what you might put on movie food. What is jalapenos? Get it like a whooping when you holler at your seniors. Dollar, you can overhear the hashish fiender. He just came from over there, the grass is greener. Last wish, I wish I had 2 more wishes, and I wish they fixed the door to the Matrix's mad glitches. Flip so many verses, sometime my jaw twitches. One thing this party could use is more booze. Put yourself in your own shoes and stay away from all the pairs of busted things he don't use. He only keep them to decorate. If you wanna peep him, select a date and bring a deep check like checkmate. I kid you not, on the dotted line sign. Ever since a minor, kids consider him some kind of Einstein on a diamond mine grind. She was dumb fine, but not quite the type that you might wanna wine and dine. Couldn't find a pen, had to think of a new trick. This one he wrote in cold blood with a toothpick. On second thought, it's too thick. His assistant said, Doom, you sick. He said, true, through acoustics. Psycho, flow is drowning Larry's seasoning. With micro power, he's sounding right reasoning. It's easy as pie, 3.14. One more, one false move, and they done for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Madvillian, Great Day, Fortet remix. And I'm going to tell you a bit about how my day started. Not that well. I woke up and was like, feel a bit shit. So then I was like, oh, Greg's will make me happy. So I went to Greg's, I thought I'd get some stuff. Wanted a chicken bake, there weren't any. I was like, alright, great. Got 2 sausage rolls and they were cold and hard. And then I went to get a coffee with Samuel over here.
Hello.
And rubbish coffee. And it's just been a bit of a shit day so far. But then now, it's Saturday. Me and Sam have got
The boys are back in town. What
kind of shot did we pour in our drink? Because you kept going, and I was like, that's probably like a quadruple shot.
Like a quadruple bordering quintuple whiskey right here, just to
straight as well.
Straight, yeah, with a single ice cube in the top.
I've got Coke in mine, so
it's not like I'm going to literally down that all in one. Like, that's going to take me the rest of the podcast and possibly longer.
Well, by the time the podcast is over, then
it'll be done.
If you notice Sam's getting a bit slurry, that's okay. Happy Saturday, innit?
Anyway, welcome back to the Safety Podcast, guys.
This is my remix special. So Sam will give us a remix special another day, but this is mine. Today we're going to
I'm going to head off. You got this, yeah?
This is me in a bit, man.
Alright, see you later.
Be safe.
I'll insert like a sound effect of me walking away and closing the door.
But also, if you're out in the street, look left and right, because if you're really drunk after that, you'll definitely get hit by a car. So just be safety first.
Safety first.
Safety now.
Safety first.
This is the safety third, actually. So anyway, that was who was it? Dr. Doom, not Dr. Doom, MF Doom. Fucking hell, Dr. Doom.
Was Dr. Doom.
All we know now is that the Fantastic Four villain Dr. Doom is real, and he's chosen a career in rapping. So superheroes are real now, and they also like to kick some beats.
And they love to collab with Fortet.
Yeah, Fortet. Yeah, maybe Fortet's a superhero. But yeah, so that was a Madvillian, Great Day Fortet remix. I love that. It's such a cool, it's really cool. I feel really epic. MF Doom's voice is cool.
Really cool track. Makes me feel epic.
Literally like the shittest review on a song. It's cool and I like the way it sounds. And that's it. Next. Awful. We need to get... I'm not the smartest of people, and I think I need to learn bigger words to make me sound like that. Tom Slater really knows what he's talking about, because I don't.
I like how this is technically, it's like a review podcast, and your reviews are limited to, it's really cool, love the track.
Yeah. Don't even know his name.
Makes me feel epic.
I think he might be a comic book villain. Yeah, exactly. So a bit of Fortet. Last episode we spoke about Fortet, and he is great. There's not much bad he's done, and as this is a remix special, I had to include Fortet remix because his remix of Bicep Opal is absolutely killer too.
Yeah, I like that one because I'm not a huge fan of Bicep, but the Fortet remix
Makes
that's
you
a bit of
wanna.
me.
Actually, saying that,
Makes me
the Opal got me into Bicep. I backtracked. I was like, oh, who's this? And then I looked into it. Bicep are great. If you will like Bicep, if you listen to Bicep, trust me. Let Fortet guide you.
Yeah.
But yeah, good remix by. I was about to say Dr. Doom again, for God's sake.
No,
MF Doom,
I really
Madvillian.
like. It's kind of got trip hoppy drums to it. Which
That's-
is interesting.
that's-
Like when the chorus comes in, it's like.
Nice, man. I felt like I was actually in a dub song then. You got some mad delay on your voice. Dun, 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 dun,
Oh yeah.
dun, 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 dun. Oh, that's funny. I need more to say about this song, to be fair, because I like Dr. Again. Do you know what's unfair about this? Dr. Doom wears a mask, and MF Doom wears a mask. Maybe MF Doom wears a mask because Dr. Doom wears a mask, but it's there's 2 letters away from them being different. MF DR. Looking at it, same name, same clothes, mask and shit. It's not my fault. MF Doom should probably... Actually, it's not even MF Doom. It's under Madvillian. And there you go. It's a villain as well. It's definitely got to be based on Dr. Doom.
Hold on. I was about to say that I always get confused with Madvillian and MF Doom. And this isn't even MF Doom. This is Madvillian.
Yeah, but who...
It's not MF
Yeah,
Doom.
but Madvillian is MF Doom.
Yeah, but it's not. That's not his alias in this sense.
Yeah, I know. But, I mean, the front cover is MF Doom wearing a mask, so it's like pixelated.
Is
So-
it MF Doom / Madvillian is actually... it's not that he was born in England, but he lives in England now.
Does he?
I think so.
Oh. Let's
Yeah.
get him on. MF! Come over, mate. MF, come over. We'll get some... we'll plan some world domination, lay down a beat, go fuck with the Fantastic Four, confuse people, because I'm confused right now. But yeah, where's he live in London? If you
don't know if
you
he's
give me the
London.
exact address, I'm like, whoa, man, you should
Yeah,
probably
hit him up.
stop.
Yo, MF, hit us up.
He's busy
Making beats.
or fighting off the Silver Surfer, but I don't know, yeah. So sorry about not really getting my confusion there, but it's not my fault. I'm just...
I like, you'll do this podcast is your podcast and you're having a bad day and you can't describe any song.
The beginning of this podcast, irony. Like, let's play Great Day, because my day's fucking shit so far. Like, at Greg's, me and Sam were talking about Greg's the other day as well. So I felt a little bit under the weather, and I was like, Greg's will just make me... It's like a fry-up after a messy night. It's bad for you, but you know it's going to make you happy. And the thing is with Greg's, it's either... I've never had a good Greg's where I've gone, this is perfect. It's either been too cold or too hot. And I was got on the tube once, and I was like, I cannot wait to tuck into this cheeky chicken bake. Took a bite and was like, oh. And everyone on the tube was looking at me like, that's hot, innit? And I went red.
Yeah,
And I just had to wait for the heat to go.
Did you not go like, and as you go,
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. I can't be on the tube. Everyone's looking at me going, that guy is burning his mouth big time. And he's now choking on pastry, and there's pastry everywhere. I want to look like a right clown. So just a bit of advice out there. Another safety tip. Don't eat Greg's on the tube. Eat it in private. When I get one in Lakeside, I stand outside because I don't want something to be less people looking at me to see what mare I'm going to have. It's not fun. Right, anyway, I think we've had enough about Dr. MF or Madvillian Doom, whatever they're all called. We're going to move on to the next one now. This is Birdy Wing's New Logic remix. Birdy, Wings, New Logic remix. What a remix. It is heavenly. It's emotional. Like, I know this is kind of radio podcast, but you could see my face, there's one single tear going down. And then I'm going to lick it because it's like salty.
With my tissue.
I'm actually annoyed about that because I actually quite like the taste of tears a little bit. It's a bit salty.
I don't know where you're going with this.
Don't worry, it's just a tear.
Leave up to the imagination.
Yeah, whatever. But yeah, so that's New Logic remix of Birdy Wings. New Logic is Logistics and New Tone. It's like if you ever watched Dragon Ball Z and they did the fusion thing.
I feel like you've mentioned this before.
I do bring up with Dragon Ball Z a fair bit. The other week when we went to Victoria Park, I brought up Dragon Ball Z. No one knew what I was talking about. And I think there's something wrong with you if you don't know anything about Dragon Ball Z. If you know about Dragon Ball Z, that's a perfect reference. They've done the fusion dance and created New Logic, and that remix is just...
Yeah, that's like a proper good pedigree of drum and bass.
Oh, yeah.
Coming together.
It's classical, kind of, you know, with the strings, and it's emotional. You're just like, oh, I do want to be by your side. Yeah, it's just absolutely amazing. First time I heard it was, I just said, what is this? Shh, everyone, shut up, stop breathing. This is perfect. I just want to hear this and no interruptions. Obviously, I didn't say that because that's mental, but yeah, it's good remix. And I have not seen that play at a rave. Never seen it play live.
It's not really a rave scene. Something.
Yeah, it is. Like I've seen. I've seen High Contrast. I went to a Halloween thing years ago. High Contrast, Subfocus, Sigma, Pendulum, and someone else. Soz to the person who, you know. But yeah, I mean, like, yeah, it's great. Like, it's liquid drum bass, and that would go really nice. It's on Hospital. I bought that album just for that song because I just I want to hear.
It's a wicked album. There's an LSD song on there which is just Dreams.
Dreams. Is it
just
called Dreams
no,
or
it's
is
not
it
called Dreams. It's just Dreams.
Is it called Nightmares and you're confused?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool, man. I haven't. I actually haven't seen Logistics or New Tone. I've seen a lot of drum bass artists, but Logistics is someone who got me into liquid drum bass. Together, or what's the other one? I know. Yeah, I love Logistics. I'm your biggest fan. I know one song.
That one song and that other one.
You know the thing when it's like, oh, you know, name your top 10 favourite bands, and you just don't know. You're like, I can't think of anything. The Day After Tomorrow? No, it's a film. You know what I mean? You just can't think of music. So
we did that the other day, actually. You were like, all right, so remixes, go. And I was like, I
can't think of anything.
And then that's when you went, okay, I'll do the remix podcast.
Yeah. And even I don't even know. What was my point? What was I talking about? This is the worst podcast, really. We've only done 3, but we just don't talk about music. We just talk about stuff. And end up going, what was we talking about? There's no discussion. It's just us talking absolute bollocks.
All right, then. Bringing it back to Birdy Wings. What has happened to Birdy? The last I remember of her was when she did that cover of Frankie Goes to Hollywood for that Christmas song. And that was years ago.
I didn't even know that, yeah.
Maybe... what's it? How's it go? When the chips are down, I'll be around with my undying... death-defying love for you.
Never heard that song in my life.
It's this is awful, this podcast. Absolutely awful.
It really is.
I don't know any of the songs.
Let's just, I think, while you think about that, I think the reason Birdy's not done anything since, because she's like, I
can't top that.
You've taken my song and you've made it something I can never make it, so well done. Now, New Logic, they are both now called Birdy. They were like gangsters, and they went and said, we're fucking taking your name or we'll break your legs. And she's like, yeah, fair play, I can't top you. And that's
broke her wings now. She
can't fly, yeah. And it's actually quite deep, actually. I'm just picturing 2 men kicking a bird in, and it's just that your wings are broken now. You don't pay us our money, we'll fucking break your legs and your wings. It's just dark. Dark, bad podcast with no explanations, no education, no knowledge, and it's a bit dark, really. So shall we brighten the mood by playing a bit of Ben Peirce, What I Might Do, Kilter remix.
I knew just what it had to be when I heard you say what you said to me to every dude in sight. Looked like you're working up an appetite for the night, check it. By then I just sat at the back, peeping you out, the way you act, every string attack. Getting out of line and I'm yanking you back in your place. All is well and all is cool, stay in your place, don't be no fool, but get along alright. You look like the type that would try to bite. Best dog been a friend to me. You don't want to offend me. Better play it cool. Don't know what I might do. I knew just what I had to be when I heard you say what you said to me. Every dude in sight. Looks like you're working up an appetite for the night. Check it. By then I just sat at the back, peeping you out, the way you act, every string attack. Getting out of line and I'm yanking you back in your place. All is well and all is cool. Stay in your place, don't be no fool. Get along alright. You look like the type that would try to bite. Best dog been a friend to me. You don't want to offend me. Better play it cool. Don't know what I might do.
Ben Peirce, What I Might Do, Kilter remix, beautiful, love that.
It's
Go on,
probably the most chill song I've ever heard in my life.
I think a lot of babies have probably been made to this.
Definitely.
Yeah, and yeah, definitely great. So good. I first heard this in my car. No, I'm not gonna. I will leave it at that because you don't like talking about
down the
getting high.
local dogging car
So,
park.
I was. It was on the A12 coming back from Colchester, and there was actually a dogger lane down there. I actually played a gig once, and I was on the MC played with me. He lived in Harlow, and I had to drive him back. There was me and a few mates in the car. Stopped in the lay-by because I was tired and just wanted to have like a 20-minute chill. A car pulled up behind us, and I was like, that's fine. And I started. It's like, almost like a psychic thing. It was sort of like, I've got a feeling this guy or girl is going to come up and ask for a little dogging sesh. Bear in mind, there's a car of 3 boys and 1 girl, and this guy comes up, little small guy. How you would imagine some sort of like, some weird guy to be. Like, it's just weird, creepy. And he just says, are you guys up for a good time? And I was like, and just hit the fucking gas, gone. That was scary. But I mean, this guy, I was like,
you missed out on a good time.
For her, because there would have been 4 dudes going at it. But for me, being like, my best friend's here, this guy I don't know very well, his girlfriend, and some guy I don't know, and we're all just banging in my Ford Fiesta. That's not a good. So I drove
The
off
seats
immediately.
don't go down that far.
Yeah, they don't. I had
It's
to.
only a
sort of-
hatchback after all.
I had to turn my car-filled dogging sessions into like an actual flat because it just wasn't. The seats didn't go down low enough. But then in my newer cars, it did work because they went down low enough. Bloody Ford. Ugh.
Not big enough.
It's not. We've done it again. We've played a remix and we're talking about dogging. Leave it. No dogging.
Stop, Tom. Stop. Drop it.
Stop. Yeah.
Drop it.
Okay, just stop it. Drop it like a dog. Yeah. So I've got so
That
much
Kilter
more
remix,
to talk
man.
about. I want to talk about dogging again. More to be fair, but we're not going to.
Kilter remix.
Yeah. Back to the Kilter remix.
Chillest tune in the world.
The breakdown when the guitar comes in and it's just like, oh, they're great chords and.
It's that original. Is it the original with a very old song? Or am I thinking of the vocals that were used is actually a really old song? I can't remember between.
Most
this
songs
is the
these
worst
days.
podcast.
Yeah,
in the
literally, no
world.
knowledge is worth. No,
Jesus
no education.
Christ.
Well, there's us thinking like we could do a podcast. We know a bit about music, and it comes to it, and we're like, is this sampled from? I don't know. I think it is. I think it's an original.
It's an old
but
soul
then
song, I think.
Maybe
Yeah.
a lot of songs these days are sampled from like most songs are, whether you know it or not. So maybe probably should have looked into that to have something to say about the podcast. All I've got is that it's by Ben Peirce.
And it's
the song's
good.
called "What I Might
This
Do."
is my
it's a
favourite
it's a
song.
Kilter remix, and I like the guitar. And that's all I've said so far. 3 of those things: the name of the song, the artist, and the remix, the person who did the remix. That's 3 of the 4.
This is going to get sued right up the arse. 'cause
If
we have done no
sued right
fair
up the arse,
use
wow.
at all.
Yeah, so
I think okay. I'll tell you a story about when you played that song and it's like again with the first podcast when we both looked at each other and it was like Plastic World Pendulum.
World, yeah.
It was like, do you know What Am I Do? Ben Peirce Kilter remix, and I looked at you like, of course I do. Stuck it on. Chill Night. There you go. Story. End off.
It's a 3.5 minute, 4 minute song, but we put it on for the whole night on loop, and we had a whole night listen to it, and we probably played it about 220 times, didn't we, Sam?
Yeah, I'm not actually quite familiar with
not true.
like Kilter as an artist.
Me
anyway.
neither, actually.
I
I'd
don't
like
know
to
if he
look into-
falls under like that. I feel like he falls under the sort of tropical house.
Yeah, I
vibe.
was going to say they're more of a house. This is more of like a hip hop tempo,
Yeah.
but it's got those
You
steel
can say it's got
drums.
the instrumentation of tropical house.
Yeah. It's got those sort of like
Yeah.
steel drums when the guitar bit comes in, and it's just like it's weird. But
I
love
really
it,
like
and it's-
the bass to it with like do-do-do-do, that kind of like
Yeah.
motif it does. That is just it
Oh,
just
no.
makes you go
What's that advert? Things that make you go
things that make you go ooh yeah.
I don't know what that was. It just
I just made a
jingled in my
song.
head. That's bad for advertising. Really, it's like we'll make you a jingle, but I don't know what the jingle's for. So sort of takes away the sort of idea behind jingling. So whoever made the things that make you go you did a shit jingle because I don't know what you're advertising. So we've gone to jingles now. Dogging jingles to be continued because there's definitely going to be some other stuff. So
Let's change the flipping tempo up a little bit, brother.
So
you
this
ready
is
for some absolute craziness?
this is pretty crazy, and this is my track. This is a remix of my track on Spotify called Karma. Link in bio, as per. But yeah, so this is I made the original Karma, and I was like, this is great. And as I've got older and learnt more, I'm like, this is shit. So I basically made
That's
a
how the
remix
world
of
works,
it.
really.
Huh?
That's how it works, really.
Yeah, you get better. I mean, this remix I think sounds pretty cool, but then in 5 years' time, I'm going to go, it's just shit again. So this is basically a remix of it. It's almost like the version that I always wanted to do, but I wasn't ready to be able to make it. So this is a remix of my own song, a lot faster, a lot more jungly, a lot more old school, and
It's basically taking everything you've learned since the original release
to just
and
give people
chucking it in a box. No, not box. A bowl.
a bowl, yeah.
Mixing it up.
I was thinking, I just picturing mixing a cake in a box then. Like,
Yeah.
So on the cooking
So
channel.
first, what you want to do is you want to grab your mixing box,
Mixing box, yeah, and it's just got shit in it from all the years that you've been
just
using it.
stuffed in the corners.
What a weird show! On your get on your little cooking show thing you do. Please do one in a box, please.
Out of context, cooking show right here. You just brought that up with no prior.
Well, that's not what it's based on. I'm just saying you do a little cooking show sometimes, don't you?
I don't. Julia does.
Oh well, tell Julia to get a box.
Get a box.
Anyway,
mixing box.
this
Here
is
we go.
This is Purgatory. No, you do it.
Oh, I like it when you like it when I say your name.
Sounds a bit kinky.
What,
I love it when you say.
Oh, I love it when you say my name.
Talk my own songs to me.
This is Purgatory, Karma Remix. Purgatory Karma Remix.
Yeah, man, I like that. That's Scatty Slater. Slaty's Scatty boy.
Getty Slater.
Scatty boy Slater. Yeah, instead of Avril Lavigne, he's a skater boy.
Scatty boy.
It was a.
Oh, that
it was a
sounds like
Slater
it would be
boy.
definitely a jump up song.
Scatty boy. Yeah, maybe. Makes an idea. If anyone out there is a jump up drum bass producer,
no, I'll do it.
Fine. All right, yeah, we'll do it, and we'll show it in here, and we'll get like a. What do you think of Scatty Boy? Well, Scatty, it's got a lot of boy in it. Anyway, so that was my remix of my own track Karma. Samples by Love Nation Positive, David Hudson, Messenger, and Yiggy Yiggy. What a weird Yiggy Yiggy. Say Yiggy Yiggy.
Yiggy Yiggy, can't
Yiggy.
you see? Sometimes it works.
Yeah, Yiggy. Yeah, I had to get. It was a mare getting the
Getting Biggie Small sample. Jesus, what a mare.
what? Oh, Yiggy Biggy, that's
Yeah,
it.
come
Yiggy
on.
Smalls. Yeah, so I had to get rights to use the samples, and it's when I released my EP a few years ago of Karma and the Six Under, I had to get rights from a guy called Insight for a track called Pulse Cannon, and Love Nation Positive. They're like an old school rave group that I like the pianos from it, and then I got the didgeridoos from this guy David Hudson, and it was really hard finding the guy David Hudson. It's almost like they're so outback Australia that they don't even have a computer. Their website was on those websites that was on that you see in like the late 90s, early 2000s, and it was like hasn't been updated since.
Do they have one of those, like the way they record their albums is on like those little micro tapes on an old Tascam?
Probably, yeah. I mean, they sound great, but it's just like what I'm saying is it's not like a record label that you would contact. They're just
And I mean,
and
taking it's easier to sample a didgeridoo than find a didgeridoo artist
exactly
to record for you.
Or calling all didgeridoo artists, and there's none of them. It's just literally like you got people go, I've got a didgeridoo when I went backpacking for Australia.
Have you ever tried to play one?
Once, and
it usually, I don't know how you. It's like, isn't it cycle breathing, where you breathe out at the same time as breathing in, which like using your nose and mouth. It's like a cycle.
No, I can't do it. I
yeah.
don't even understand that. I mean, that's just breathing, one in and one out.
It.
You're like, well, so yeah, you're talking about one in and one out, or at the same time? Because I don't
at the
think
same
you can
time.
breathe.
No, that's cycle breathing, and that's how you play the didgeridoo.
That doesn't sound right, because that doesn't sound. I don't think you can do that anyway. That means like.
Well, you never see them take a breath. They're always going, and it's constant, and it's because they're breathing in at the same time as breathing. So they're still getting a cycle of oxygen.
I think it's like a raspberry, like the way you play a trumpet, like the
but they still
vibration.
breathe.
Well, yeah, I know, but I mean that's what you do with your mouth.
Yeah. But it's It's like, you have to cycle breathe. Same with throat singing. You know, Mongolian throat singing.
Yeah, what is that about?
That's cycle breathing. They're breathing in at the same time as breathing out, so it's constant note they're singing. So they never go.
That's not even. It's not music. It is, but it isn't.
It is music.
Well, I did when I was in uni. We did a study on not a study, like a little paper on.
I think it's just go. I think it's Mongolian. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry.
Sorry to insult Mongolian people.
Or people, or the people who actually sing it, like they're people who are.
Yeah,
anyway.
but then those people, I don't think they're going to be listening to a podcast based in London. I don't think they've got more important things going on, like Mongolian singing and whatever them people do. I don't know what they get up to, really. Maybe we should. If any Mongolians out there, give us an email if you've got access to a computer.
Yeah. Anyway,
we'll see. Yeah, if we do, I'll be really surprised, and I'll be like, "Shit, we actually got." Wow! I'll be like, "What people are listening?"
We'll do a Mongolian throat singing episode.
I don't think people would like that at all. I don't think people would be like, "What is this garbage?" We're really,
come on.
really insulting. Sorry, I don't mean
Mongolian
to be.
throat singing is an insane art. It's insane.
It's like opera. I appreciate opera, but I wouldn't say, "Oh, I'm really craving to listen to this."
Have you ever seen an opera? Like actually seen one?
I feel like I have.
I went to one in GCSE music, and it was all in Italian, and they had behind them was a projector projecting subtitles, and so the whole time you're meant to be like obviously listening to the opera and watching the acting and the set pieces they're doing, but the whole time you're looking like, right, so he's singing that, and then now he's saying that. And it was just, I sound such a like ignorant British person. To be like, I don't know how to read the subtitles.
Opera shit, yeah. This ain't music. Tell you, I actually, opera's actually quite a sore subject for me, because I went when I was a kid, and I felt a bit ill, so me and my parents went outside.
And then they got killed by, Batman plot happened.
What?
That's how Batman's parents died. They were at an opera, he felt weird, so they went outside, and then they shot his parents.
That's not what I'm talking about, but basically my parents did die, but anyway, so I've got this kid that follows me around, he's called Robin. So, but yeah, I don't know what you're talking about, Batman though.
That's the plot of Batman. How his parents died.
I don't know what you're talking about. Okay.
Do you know how? Oh my Christ, Tom.
Tell you what, I'm actually getting a bit funny, because there's this guy who keeps giving me shit. He calls himself the Joker, and I'm just getting a bit like, back off,
leave
mate.
off.
Yeah, fuck off. Anyway, so I don't know what you're talking about, Batman. But anyway. But yeah, the opera's just a bit too. It's just mental. It's talented, but you've just got people just. It's not. It's impressive, but there's lots of things that are impressive that I don't really care about.
Well, it's one of those, you can appreciate the art, but you don't like the music as such.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's like someone who builds a bridge. You know, I'm not going to go, well done on building this bridge, but I am baffled by it. I'm like, how the fuck do you how do you get a big giant pillar that big into water? How do you do it?
Crazy.
I don't understand that, and I never will. You could even show me, and I'd be like, nah.
I've actually got another opera story. When I was in school...
Did you see an opera on a bridge? Because if you did...
No, not quite.
Niche, but that was cool.
Basically, a kid in, like, I think it was a year below or a couple of years below, his dad was an actual opera singer.
Wow.
And so the school got him in to do, like, an assembly.
Oh, what?
And so it was just our year, and I think he did for... So, you know, you had full school assemblies and you had year assemblies.
Yeah.
So basically, he just did it, like, to each a few years. And so our years, I think it was when we were in, like, year 10 or something. And he goes, hello, so I'm a professional opera singer and all that kind of thing. And he seemed like a normal guy and everything. And so then he goes, and then, so yeah, I'm going to do a bit of my act. And he just like that, like...
Croons his heart out.
Just snaps, and he's just goes, this dude in the front row goes, hooray! And then he's just like, oh my God. And he just did this whole, like, act of him singing really, like, broad and just explosive sort of actions.
Good man.
And it was just like, oh my God, what's happening? And it was pretty impressive. But then
powerful stuff, yeah.
Because you're a year 10 kid,
you're
laughed.
like, put on some Skepta, you bell end. Yeah. I've got a story about school assemblies as well. I've actually got 2 stories about school assembly. I'll see how quickly I get through the first one, but the second one...
Save it for the podcast.
No. I might actually tell this one because it's great. Let me just do them both briefly. We'll start off with the cool one, then the really funny one. And the other one, it sounds over the top, but it actually happened, and you just have to trust my word for that. First one, when I lived in New Zealand, I was in the orchestra. My teacher blackmailed me and said, like, I'll give you free drum lessons if you play for orchestra. And I was like...
That is a good deal. I'd take that.
Yeah, I did take it. It was great. But, and I was like, orchestra's for nerds. And then I was in it and I was like, this is awesome. I was playing like Pirates of the Caribbean, and on the drums, it's just, you know, dun 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 dun, and everyone's looking at you like Tom Captain Jack Sparrow Slater, absolute geezer. But yeah, so we went on like a mini little tour around to all the primary schools, and we did like an orchestra thing. And then we did like a few songs together as an orchestra, and then we had a player from each section of the orchestra would do a little solo thing, and then we'd do like flute, violin, cello, trumpets, and then the teacher would go, oh, that's it then. The kids would go, oh, oh, yes, Mrs. Smith. They always did it in that, yes. But yeah, so... and they wanted to play the drums, and they were like...
Just saying that, yes, when we were in my school, we had, obviously, juniors and infants were separate.
Yeah.
So year R to like 2, and then 3 to 6. And in the infant section, you'd say, good morning, Mr. Smith. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, and everyone would do it.
And then in the juniors, you didn't do that, but... We loved
you were too
that.
Cool by
when it was when like the year 2s moved up to year 3, they'd do good morning children. We go good morning Mr. Smith, and then everyone would be quiet, and then the new year 3s would go good morning everyone, and everyone would go ha, ha, you don't say that anymore.
Your balls ain't dropped yet, neither have I, but like mine, but like mine are gonna drop before yours. So we bellend. Anyway, so the kids were always like, oh, and I was like. My wrist hurts. Oh, I was like, right,
guys, come on. My wrist hurts, guys.
Look, man, I'm a full-time drummer. Well, today, but I'm just it's hard work. But then I was like, right, I'll give you guys 20 seconds, and I'll just be like mental. It wasn't even like technically playing. I was just smashing stuff, but all the kids loved it, and kids were just like, yeah, bloodthirsty, like fucking this is awesome. They loved it. If they had like some sherbet with them, that would have been like. Cocaine for them. Just give us some more drums. They fucking love drums. It was great. But we did that around all the schools, and it was really funny. And it's just nice to see all the kids want to see the drums.
Everyone's got their dib dabs out.
Yeah, I thought you said everyone's got their dicks out. I'm like what? Like, whoa, can't be telling them that happened, because that could go back. I was thinking about how that could go to the
next remix.
Oh god, the higher authorities. I've got another story before I tell you another assembly story. Yeah. I went out with a girl in New Zealand, right? This is not a joke. And I was 14, she was 15. Older girl, back of the net. And yeah, so and my form teacher, Mr. I'm not gonna say his name because
Mr. Smith again. We'll call him Mr.
Mr. Smith. Yeah, turns out it actually was Mr. Smith. It wasn't, but yeah. So he was like about 23, 24, and he looked like Jack Black in Tenacious D when we had a little triangle bit under his little beard.
Is it soul
like,
patch? Is that
younger, younger Jack Black, hair, little triangle beard, wore like tops, with like a white long sleeve.
Oh,
underneath.
the white long sleeve underneath and t-shirt on top. Yeah.
And the head teacher pulls me into the office one day and says like, Tom, look, we need to talk to you. I was like, oh. She's like,
shit, what have I done now?
Yeah, I was like, oh, not again. I wasn't a bad kid, but yeah, the teacher was. He was bad. Head teacher told me, your girlfriend has been seeing Mr. Beep.
Wait, what year was this?
I was in year 9.
Oh, like 14. Oh my god.
She was in year 10, and she ran off with the fucking teacher.
No way.
They moved up the countries in the newspaper.
Cheated on
yeah, man.
With a teacher.
It was crazy. But can I tell you something as well? I've changed since, but her toes really freak me out. You wear sandals in New Zealand in school, and I remember looking at her feet and just being like, oh my god, her toes are fucked.
She's got an extra toe.
No, it wasn't an extra toe. It was just like a bit like little toe was over the other toe a little bit, and I was like, I just don't like that.
Like crosses over.
Yeah, and I just remember seeing it.
Did she get that from wearing like too many high heels though at that age? Because that happens like if you wear like your feet all scrunched up at the end.
No, I think it's just natural. It just buzzed me out, and I was like, I was just like, we need to break up. But I didn't get to that because
you didn't get to that stage
she fucking got tired. Yeah, the teacher ran off. But I mean, I looked into it recently. There's actually a newspaper report. I might actually link.
No, where? How are you on it?
I'm not in it.
Link to it. Like they've gone. Tom Slater's girlfriend has just been cheating.
You've got like a news report of me crying my eyes out, and I actually
come
laughed.
Back to me, babe.
The teacher was like, the head teacher was like, look, this might upset you, and I was like, long pause. That is brilliant. I was like, that's great, because one, I
wanted to break up with her anyway.
Yeah, I was like, oh, the things that go through my head at the time, I was like, that is mental. I feel like I'm in an episode of EastEnders, and I was going to break up with her because she's got weird toes. And I got to one of the bases. I don't know the bases. I don't understand what they are, but and so that it was like win-win, really. Sort of like the breakup was done for me, and
that's insane.
But they've got like kids now, and she put on hella weight too. Like she matched. He didn't lose it for her. She put it on for him. That's a good story, isn't it? That's good. That is podcast worthy.
That is. We're not going to call this a safety podcast. We're calling this like
outrageous
school story.
Can I tell you one more at the assembly? This is we've gone bronze, silver, and now we've got gold.
Right.
I think it was silver, gold. This is going to be the platinum one.
What? This is worse than that?
It's better. It's better. Yeah. So like you said in school, you had like big assemblies and all that. This is back in Chelmsford. Before I moved to New Zealand. So these girls were doing a dance thing, just like assemblies go, and now we'll have blah 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 before a dance to you, and then it would be like Christina Aguilera.
We've got Junior Destiny's Child.
Exactly, yeah, just trying to be like just do a little thing for the class now.
S Club 7 Junior Juniors.
No, that's your dinner. This was older because you were at S Club 7 stage when I was at like year 9.
S Club, you never knew about S Club Juniors? They did a whole TV show.
What?
Yeah, so
Fuck me.
So they did a reality TV show where these kids auditioned to be in S Club Juniors, which was overseen by the actual S Club 7. They released some bangers, mate. S Club Juniors.
You brought up S Club 7 before. There's
I did, didn't I?
It's a big print on your life, I think. S Club 7. Yeah.
Definitely, and S Club Juniors.
I think you should bring up 7 anecdotes about them. One for each member.
Can't off the top of my head.
Let me finish the story with the thing. But we'll definitely. I can assure you, Sam would definitely bring up S Club 7 again. So basically, these girls were doing this dance, and this sounds made up. It really does, and it is true. And it was, school can be quite hard. Everyone, if you're ginger, freckly, that's my brother, but he's a good-looking guy now, so whatever. And you've got like people who are fat, myself, and then you've got just anything
that's
just like, thrown at you. Yeah. It's like, just leave me alone, man. And it's hard enough as it is. Anyway, this girl, back to Dragon Ball Z again. Always reverts back to Dragon Ball Z. But
I always revert back to S Club 7. You always revert back to Dragon Ball Z.
I'll leave a picture on our Instagram of the character so you can see his face. There's a character called Majin Buu, and he was like this big, like, pink, fat bubblegum person.
Oh, yeah.
And he's like... It's if you see it, yeah. But so this woman, she looked like Majin Buu, and again, link in. I'll put it on the Instagram.
Her Instagram page, link in description.
Just I want to get this round to everybody I can. But yeah, basically, I'm not joking. They were doing all this dancing, and they did like a turn, and because her belly was so big, her button popped.
No.
And then, but I'm actually going to not say this as like an insulting thing of like laughing at this girl. I'm going to give this girl full on respect because she kept going. This is the beginning. Her button popped, kept spinning. Button popped again, kept spinning. Bear in mind there's year 7, 8 and 9. That's like a good 500-600 students, like 280. It was fucking ridiculous. And then they have to do is bend over things. So they bent over and it popped all the other buttons off. You can hear him clicking on the stage and that. And she's still
got hit
going.
in the forehead with the like ping. Oh.
Yeah, this kid lost his eye that day. But yeah,
Another kid choked to death.
Yeah. Like so many casualties. But the worst thing that day wasn't the deaths; it was this girl. She bent over and her trousers ripped, and then her trousers fell down, and she bent over and she had a pink thong on, and it was the most disgusting thing.
And she kept going. That's full on respect.
It is respect. I respect the girl. I've got a lot of respect for her. I don't know her name. I can't remember. But if I ever saw her, I'd be like,
the show must go on.
You are a fucking legend because that's commitment and yeah, her trousers fell down and imagine like
people must have thought, is this part of a solo or?
Yeah, no, every single student, I'm not joking, they were like, trying to think of like a good analogy, basically just going fucking mental, just screaming like pointing, laughing, everyone,
but not like laughing out, like you keep going. That's
no. It was like, the Disaster Artist when they're all just screaming in the cinema at the end, laughing at it, and she's just standing there, she's on stage, everyone's looking at her. The other girls could have done anything and no one would remember that because no one was looking at them. They were just looking at her.
They may as well just walked off stage and just let
it was just awful. But yeah, bless her. But fair play for going through with it. But that was honestly the craziest thing I've ever seen. But I think we should stop talking about embarrassing.
There's going to be a lot more, I think.
Yeah, we've covered
years.
Kids having dib-dabs, going mental to drums. We've covered teacher and student scandals. We've covered fat margin boo people getting their knickers out on stage in front of like mental kids. I think we should go on to UK Apache, Shy FX, original Nuttah, Chasing Status remix.
Let's go.
Apache rule the jungle.
No near man, the original Nuttah. I run outside Shy FX, Apache and Jason Status. All original gangster man. Hear me now.
Me and the Nuttah, original man, Nuttah, original Nuttah, original man, Nuttah.
Me a the Nuttah, me better than the bad boy calling Darth Vader. Lock off the Jedi where you call Skywalker. In a one school and call me troublemaker. Better than the Predator and the Terminator. Better than the Glass and the Dandada. Say who try a thing, them head wine butter. Me tell the Jason Status and them run the border.
Dippy, what the little boy? Me ball, tiny the boy, no. Tiny the boy, no. Tiny the boy, no. Bad boys in a London, oh boys in a England, bad boys in a Jamaica, oh boys in a Kingston.
Me a the shatter, me better than the whole of them, so talk to me proper. Who hear me tune them up, run come follow. Lock off them so them get a big balalala. Boy try a thing, bumbo wall of his scatter. Because a man we a control the border. Chatty patty mouth, them a get out of order. When they roll out with them big balalala. Hear me now man? I am a murderer. Lick down in the sound upon the corner. I am a murderer. Lick down in the sound upon the corner. Bad boys in a
Right, I'm not going to talk about Chasing Status for a second. I've just looked up the scandal, and I've just found out she was fucking cheating on me as well. It says her current boyfriend beat. I might even put this on the thing. People have to see this. I'm not joking.
They said her current boyfriend.
Yeah, and
Tom
he's got a
Slater.
different. No, it doesn't say Tom Slater. It's just something else. I'm like, what? You know, like.
Wait, look, what?
Yeah, so she's obviously had like.
So you
another...
got told by your teacher. By the way, this might be hard for you to hear, but your girlfriend's been cheating on you with a teacher, and now you find out from reading the article that no, some other dude was actually interviewed, and they found out it was him.
Yeah.
I'm guessing she didn't do an interview. They probably went to him and gone, "How do you feel?"
Well, he
about
was like leaving comments and stuff like that, and it's been, I'll put the link in the description. This is gold, man.
Oh
this
my
might
God.
be. People go, oh, we say this podcast shit. People are going, yeah, it's shit, but you got some crime kind of going on. Like, you know, he's involved with some stuff.
Did he not go to prison? This teacher
He legged it. They legged it, man.
to where?
I don't know.
New Zealand's
Wellington,
like...
I think. It says, yeah, it said Wellington, yeah. So
Yeah, but what? Wellington's still a city. Like, you can still find someone, and so they didn't just take it to the underground.
I'll look into this more, but it looks like that no one spoke to me about it. Like, it was just, I just like laughed and was like, okay.
Do you know the guy that?
No, I don't know their name. I'm guessing because she was older. I know it's like I was 14. She was. It says she was 16, so it was around that. I was. Yeah, I was 14. She was 16. Yeah. So obviously, like 14 to 16. I know. Come on, give me. No, I want people to hear that. Yeah, man, that's fucking genuine. For a 14-year-old with a 16-year-old, you're like, Tom, you are killing it. And I was chubby as well, so I was like, this is a once in a lifetime opportunity.
She must have liked chubby dudes.
Exactly, man. That's what I'm thinking. Like with the teacher, this guy mentioned in the article, he was probably a fat fucker as well. Like all of us just going around. So it's like we're all annoyed. I'm not annoyed, but like everyone's annoyed, and it's like, yeah, but you go. It's not like you're getting like Brad Pitts and Leonardo DiCaprio's. You're getting Tom Slater, the little boy with breasts, and you're getting the guy who is a 24-year-old pervert, and you got, I don't know who this other guy is, but sorry, Shy FX, UK Apache, Chasing Status, and Ira.
I think it's Ira. That sounds right,
yeah. That remix.
What a fat bloody tune with a capital PH.
Sam was saying the original. The original it's great. It's a classic.
Today actually, because I've known this song for a long time, but in preparation of the podcast, I listened to the original, and I'm sorry, Shy FX and UK Apache, but it's just not as.
No, that's unfair. It's like it's a great.
I guess
great
compared
big track.
to
It's
if
the time.
if I hadn't have heard the Chasing Status one first,
yeah, fair enough.
Then that tune.
But then that track,
wicked
the
on its own.
original, has done so much for dance music. That's
I
what
guess
that
it
was
has.
one of their.
For-
Yeah,
even
it's
like
huge.
drum and bass in itself in Jungle.
Yeah,
it was
it's done so
mad.
much, it's
and
great.
especially because 1994 is when the original came out, and then that one came out in 2019. So it's
Yeah.
a long time.
It's a 25, yeah. So it's great. It's such a good remix.
Yeah.
I like Chasing Status's productions. I think some of the tracks are absolutely amazing. Their DJing skills absolutely incredible. But I have to say, I've seen them live 4 times, and every time.
Did they try and
awful.
do like a band?
Yeah,
situation,
okay.
like
The
when
reason why
Rudimental
they
do that
weren't
as well, and
the
it's
reason why they weren't
lets
that
them
good.
down.
They originally started off as drum bass DJs. They brought out like some original some of their vinyls, which is like Dumpling Rhythm, which is massive. I put that one back in my Ford Fiesta days, driving like a chav. Dumpling Rhythm, Pendulum, Another Planet. Then they brought out like the Druids, however you say it.
Druids.
Yeah, sure. Then they brought out their album More Than a Lot, and that had Hurt You, Take Me Away, Pieces. That album is so good. And then they
was it a record label situation?
That was Ram.
Like with Pendulum, where when they signed, they had to change their style a bit, and they lost their kind of roots as such.
I would, yeah. Also,
So they signed to because Ram. No,
success.
they signed to Ram first because Ram
Yeah.
Records is wicked, and I'd never heard of Ram interfering with artistry.
Yeah, no, they're not. But
So-
then they are still on Ram, I
They're still on Ram.
think.
I wouldn't have thought
Again,
they were on
something
Ram.
we probably should have
Especially
looked
with
up.
No More Idols, I wouldn't have thought they'd still be on Ram.
Yeah,
not
yeah,
not
it
dissing
changed,
Ram,
yeah.
but No More Idols is such a big,
can hear the-
popular
yeah,
album.
you can
that
hear the major label
I
in it
reckon
more.
it's a lot bigger. I'll quickly look that up. So keep going. I'll look it up.
But yeah, so their DJ sets are absolutely fire. I went Ibiza in Amnesia and saw them. Incredible. I've seen them at XOYO and somewhere else. But their live sets, as you said with the band, you know, their drummer always goes out of time. I saw him playing Milton Keynes once. His hat fell over his eyes and he was having a fucking mare. He was blind and he was going mental on the drums, and you could see him looking up so he could see out the holes of his hat, and he was just like in front of 65,000 people. That gig was actually at Worlds on Fire Festival. The Prodigy played, and that was the anniversary the other day, and yeah, that was cool. But anyway, so yeah, I saw Chasing Status at Brixton, and all good. And then they went out of Time, and you had the vocal for Time with Delilah.
They went out of time
So
on
much-
this track time.
What is the time? Time. You got any time herbs? You know, just including always to say time.
It says 2011 under Mercury Records.
There you
so
go.
it makes more sense.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah,
a
you
bigger,
could tell the
bigger
change in
label, more popular.
But yeah,
music
with
label.
when I saw them at Brixton, they did like they were playing time. The drummer was going out of time. So when they play live, they've got like your breakbeat electronic backing track drums, and then you've got the drummer playing to that. So he has to be so precise on time,
so on it. and
Yeah,
on
if
the
he's
beat.
one whatever millimeter bar off, fucking millisecond, whatever, it's going to sound bad. So already doesn't sound good. And then the vocal for time, it was, you know, like when you speed up or slow down a vinyl, it's like, whoa. It's like, if you don't have the time, like to try and put it in space,
Oh, no.
in time, and everyone was, I keep saying time, fuck's sake. Everyone, I was going to say everyone keeps saying time. No, stop saying time, reset.
What time is it?
Yeah, it's time.
Chico time.
Yeah, so they just sort of, they're not that good live, and I love their tracks and I love some of their albums, but
But
they're
that,
quite...
I reckon that's most likely a record label getting too involved in
No,
the
not with-
shows,
not
in
with
the
live.
shows. No,
No.
definitely, because why would they do a live band show? Because
always
they're
done that.
DJs at heart.
They did
They're
that.
DJs.
Yeah, well, no, when they got
So
signed
I'm
to...
guessing when they get signed to Mercury, they're expected to fulfil
No, but they played live when they did More Than a Lot as well.
what with a band, drummer.
Yeah, they played bands since. I mean, I saw them, Milton Keynes, 10 years ago.
Oh, then I
Jeez.
take it back. Just cut that out.
Again, you just not you, both of us, it's not knowing anything. We come in here just sort of like, don't even know what song we're doing. We've just talked about scandals, which I kind of want to get back to. I'm going to
I reckon we should do like a scandal per episode.
all Tom Slater scandals. Like, turns out if I look back, I've been in loads.
We'll call it. It's a segment called Slater Scandals.
Slater-
We'll do a little jingle for it as well.
Slater scandals. I'm going to think of some stuff that's gone on like that and just let everyone know, because I feel a bit pressured again now.
But anyway, that track is big.
I love, yeah.
Big
Do
boy
you know what I
track.
love about that track? The auto tune when Ira comes in. It's just auto tune is like obviously made for people who can't sing, and it just puts them in tune. But it's also used as an effect as well.
Like it's become now used to as
an
sort of
effect.
No. With the whole auto tune in pop music, it's become used to make people who can't sing. But really, when you use it as an effect for the song, it becomes so much better.
Yeah,
And I
that's what I
think,
mean.
like, yeah.
It's been used as a intentionally pushed like the auto tune up. So you can hear the actual robotics kind of, but it just sounds so great in that track. That track is like what you said about
Proper
the original.
ragga MC as well.
Yeah. It's
Oh.
perfect. It's him, and he did Program as well with them, and it's so heavy. But that track is one of the best remixes I've ever heard. When I first heard it, I was like, whoa.
And
Yeah.
not to diss the original, but I'd say listen to the original and then listen to the remix, and
Yeah.
you'll appreciate the original because obviously it's over 10 years ago. Wait, look, 20, it's over 20.
25 years ago.
1, 2,
It's
3.
like-
It's 20,
I'm just picturing you
25
going-
years in it, I think. I'm really bad at maths. 25-year difference, and obviously the production's altered and changed, and obviously Chase and Status are much like huge, popular, worldwide group, but you can appreciate the artistry in both songs, and it's wicked remix, changing it up as well.
I'll actually go ahead and say that if anyone was going to remix that song for the 25th anniversary, I'm glad it was Chase and Status. Anyone else would be, this is great with Chase and Status. They kind of deserve it. I love their dedication to. As I said, their live shows aren't that great. Their DJing's brilliant. The track ideas they have are amazing. The collabs they have are just wow. They pick. Each artist they have is spot on for that song. But I have to say, if anyone was given the go-to to the remix, I'm glad it was you, Mr. Chase and Mr. Status.
Mr. Chase and Mrs. Status.
Yeah. She didn't want to take the change her name.
No, of course not.
Yeah. Which is she's a modern lady. But anyway, thank you for tuning into that. That's been I enjoyed that thoroughly.
In Tom's Remix Safety Podcast.
Teacher scandals and weird feet. It's,
That's what the title was going to be called.
Teacher Scandals and Weird Feet.
There we go. Anyway, thank you for tuning in, guys. Make sure you check out all the artists. We'll leave their links in the description below, or the bio, whatever we're on. Check out all our socials. They'll also be in the description.
My track ain't out.
So
you can't check that.
You just get a name, and that's it. Coming soon.
I mean, if you, I don't think anyone's going to go, I have to hear that track. And the only people listening are probably my friends, and you got my number anyway. But just be like, Oh, he's sending that track, man. It's going to be one of the best going one day. So in 25 years, some kid's going to make my remix a remix. It's going to be like the Purgatory Karma remix. 25-year anniversary.
Actually, that's a weird... I was going to bring that up, actually, before the end. What happens when you want to remix a remix? Like, is that allowed? Has that ever happened?
I don't know.
Leave in the comments below.
Yeah, or maybe go out and remix a remix. Well, no, I suppose you wouldn't remix a remix. You'd remix the original song into your own remix. No, because
what if you prefer the remix, and so you take the samples from the remix? Because when they'll add their own instrumentation and stuff.
I think we've given enough. We've given people drums, mental kids for drums, fat people's pants and a big red face.
Do you know what, we'll save it for the next remix special then.
Yeah, we'll look into it, and we will this time because today's been a fucking shambles. But anyway, thanks for tuning in. Take care. Stay safe.
Stay safe.
T.
Podcast.